Have you ever found an interest or hobby that you've been so passionate about that you didn't mind spending hours dedicated to partaking in the activity? Maybe other people might have even called you crazy for spending so much time enjoying it. Well, in my prospectively short life, I'm glad to find out that I have found such a hobby that I love taking time to do. I've been involved with choirs and plays intensely for about 3 years now. It all started my freshman year. I was enrolled in a study skills class that was taught by the choir director of my school, and I wanted to work in music as a career on all of my worksheets because I'd always listened to music and I enjoyed it and appreciated it. And the choir director asked why I wasn't involved in a choir at the school. And after I explained it to her, she insisted that I try out for my school's second-ranking choir the following year, which would be my sophomore year. And so I was really nervous about auditioning, but towards the end of my freshman year, I auditioned for the choir and I made it, and so I was part of my school's concert choir for my sophomore year. Also during my sophomore year, my choir director noticed how much I loved concert choir, and she informed me about another choir I could join that she also directed that was not associated with the school, called the Young Voices of Indiana Choir. And so I joined this choir, and this choir was a lot different than the concert choir in the aspect they sung a lot more classical pieces, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. And so the end of my sophomore year came by, and I tried out for my school's top choir, which is a performing show choir called Tiger Pizzazz, and I was fortunate enough to make the cuts, and I was really anticipating my junior year. However, the summer after my sophomore year, I was concerned because I didn't want to go a whole summer without music. So I auditioned for the Young Voices of Indiana's production of Annie that they were throwing. And Annie was definitely a fun experience. It was kind of similar to concert choir in this aspect of singing, but it was also different and fun because you got to act and perform and be another character for that short span of time, and that was definitely a life-changing experience for me. So my junior year came around, and I really enjoyed being a part of Tiger Pizzazz. And here is the dress that we wore last year for my junior year for Tiger Pizzazz. And Tiger Pizzazz was kind of a mixture of Annie Jr. and concert choir in the sense that the music style was the same as concert choir, but you got to act and perform like I got to act and perform while doing Annie Jr. And that was really fun and exciting for me, and I loved doing it a whole lot. And so last year during the fall, my school put on a production of West Side Story, and I was really motivated to try out for it. Since I loved doing Annie Jr. and performing in Pizzazz, I figured I would enjoy it as well. So I tried out for my school's production of West Side Story, and I was given the role of a shark girl. And I'm right there. And it was definitely a life-changing experience. The West Side Story play itself is very serious and deep, and it was very nice to relate life events to music and trying to figure out why the composer composed what they did at the time and connecting that to bigger aspects in life. And that was definitely life-altering in a positive way for me. So last year of my junior year, towards the end, I had to re-audition for Tiger Pizzazz, as recurring members as well as new members have to do. And I was fortunate to make the cuts this year. And I've really enjoyed performing with Tiger Pizzazz. These are our dresses for this year. And the shows that we do in Tiger Pizzazz are very high energy, very positive, and it makes my life a lot happier because I have such a positive force coming from it. And this fall, my school is putting on a production of Hairspray, and I tried out for Hairspray, and I was given one of the lead roles of Penny Pingleton, and I have my costume here. This is what I will be wearing in a little less than 2 weeks. And so, ever since 3 years ago, when I was by chance put in my choir director's class, that was the only one she taught at the time, of study skills, I'm really fortunate, and I realized that because if I hadn't been put in her class, I'm not sure if I would have tried out for choir, and I'm not sure if I would eventually ever learn to love theater and music as much as I do now. And I'm really glad that I did, because music has been such a positive force in my life that I'm very fortunate for it every single day. And so my past 3 years have influenced me in ways I'm not even sure I'll begin to fathom quite yet within the next couple of years, perhaps after. But I do plan to minor in music in the future, as well as pursue my love of music further after high school.